You find like we parents, parents, most of the time the parents are into blame. They don't talk to their daughters. They don't talk to their male kids about my son, if you go out there, you meet a lady, you put your thing inside her and then inside her without using protection, and the lady maybe without using any contraceptive, then she will get pregnant. That's
yes.
Yeah. And then also we have sex education. When it comes to sex education, you also have to educate. We have to educate our teens. Sex is not a bad thing. It is normal to have sex. Teenagers are having sex. You can't tell me, you will tell your kids, don't have sex till marriage. Don't have sex. This is according to the Bible. And the people who follow Bible, they do sex. Trust me, no one will have sex till marriage. And to prevent early pregnancy, you have to use protection all the time. You need to know, if I do this or if I don't do this, then this will happen. And for me to prevent this to happen, then I have to do this. And the media and the schools, like, actually it's not even the responsibility for the teachers. It's the responsibility you as a parent to talk to your kids, not only female kids, also male kids. Tell them, if you do this and this and this and this, then someone will become pregnant, and when they become pregnant, they'll give birth, and you'll have to be there to take care of that child. That child. You won't leave that girl alone. Both of you will have back to support that child. You have to mention all that. Don't say, oh, my son is still young, or my son is still studying, he has not in it. Okay, that is the most excuse which parents, especially on the side of the boys, they like to play. He's still young, but he can reproduce. So he has to because once, like for example, once you're a kid, once you're a teenager, you have not completed your education. You have not completed. You have not found a job, and then you're pregnant. That is a way of increasing poverty, because money.
Shockingly enough, what I came to learn is that I see here somebody by the name Abdallah Timimi, and I see a certain lady here who is really a certain I've been seeing them. There is another lady who is also a Muslim. Her name is Fatma Ibrahim 1. And they are really talking negative, and they're talking about our sexuality, but it's no big deal. This is how we are going to talk about it. I know they are Muslim people, and that's why they are behaving the way they are behaving. However, coming back to the rape culture, Muslim people are always being taught not to have sex with somebody because they want to be marrying virgins. But these Muslim boys are having sex with fellow Muslim boys, and they are raping them. That's why they are sleeping with the fellow men. But rape do not care about gender or sexual orientation. Rape is rape, because this girl is bitter because she looks like somebody, and I'm not judging, but she is bitter like this because either a brother is gay, or because these things are happening in her community and they don't want to expose these things. That's why they are bitter. So Fat happened to your family. You don't have to hate gay people who are talking positively about rape culture, but we can come together and eliminate the rape culture and end it. Because if it is not happening between a man and a woman, or a girl and a boy, then it is happening between two men or between two ladies. So you guys, the men, by the time they're still waiting for the girls to end up in marriage, their fellow girls have been touching fellow girls. And sometimes they do these things and they keep the secret because they want to make their denomination look good. So number one rule that encourages rape culture, it is the denomination. Because they are the most biggest. They are sleeping with these people and they don't want to go and tell people in the church or in the mosque that so and so did this because they want to be seen as pure. And then secondly, they want to keep that so that people don't get to know that she or he has ever been involved in a sexual intercourse. So this keeps on repeating itself until the pain becomes anger and anger becomes numb. So by the time somebody is married, then they are behaving in a way that is not proper. And then they will say, oh, she was just a pretender. She was just like, no, nobody ever chooses to try and find out somebody's past. They want a girl who looks good in makeup and in a hijab and whatever, but they is a female mutilation, which is something that is happening in some cultures in Kenya. And female genital mutilation, whenever these things are happening, girls don't feel comfortable going to have sex with men because of what they went through and that pain. So that trauma, by the time they reach there, then their parents start forcing them to a man or start inviting their uncles to stay, and these people start to rape them. Another thing that I would say, in the churches, our places of worship, which is like the mosque, the church, and other places that people go to. So sex have been made to look like a taboo. Whenever a child or a baby asks the mother, Mom or Dad, where do children come from? And they tell the children, oh, they come from heaven.
Yeah, you see?
But where is heaven? So this kind of conversations misinterpret sex, and they also don't have better languages because themselves they were not taught. And also the system do not encourage people to talk about, and women are dehumanized. So this kind of things makes us be in a position where we always say, why are women fighting for power, but nobody wants to have teenagers present, including those young children who are in high school, present so that people can talk about sex? What about those girls in the village that are poverty infested, who are not able to afford sanitary towels? Because if they get a man who can buy them that, then the only best way to repay this man is via sex. And they are not, this kind of thing as encouraged. Another thing also that is encouraging sex, rape culture, is lack of acceptance of transgender people and the LGBT community in our society. So if you are a gay person, then somebody is going to force you with a woman. Because you go there without consent and whatever, things start to happen. Before you know it, somebody starts to rape you because there is no consent. So this has been encouraged from time immemorial. Right now we are fighting for Black Lives Matter, and we are talking about human rights, and we are talking about women rights. But how many women are being invited where those decisions are being made? And if there are, how many women who are transgenders or who are gay have been invited there? You can count these are some of the norms that are increasing the rape culture, because the man has power more than the woman. And in most cases, when a man does something, they apply the oil outside the bottle while the content is actually inside the bottle and nothing interferes with it. The male factor has been protected from the time immemorial, from Quran to the Bible, to name it. So now that we've spoken about the rape culture, teenage pregnancy, any other thing that you'd love?
The things which are happening is so surprising that most of the people like suppress. It's like, oh, rape is real in Kenya. It's happening. These things are happening. We need to keep on talking about it, speaking on it all the time, whether they want to hear it, whether they are uncomfortable with it. We'll always be here to preach and to remind them. And also, I also want to talk on. I would love you to talk on something like this thing of like hide my identity, especially if you have hide my identity and feminism. Some of our feminists who are afraid maybe to be heard speaking on some topics or some sensitive topics, or some feminists when they ask you a question, it's like, okay, you see, I'm not the one who said that. Like Latoya is the one who said that. Like just like I want you to bring some enlightenment. Like when you're a feminist, to know what you put yourself into, and also like the misinformation which people have about Mpentichoku, like when they hear Mpentichoku, oh, he's a toxic guy, he's always talking about dicks. Also talking about dick is also feminism. Talking about money, rich men is also feminism, because as a feminist, I have to be against poverty. We have to fight poverty. I was born in poverty, I was raised in poverty, and it is not a nice thing to be in poverty. So that's why I always encourage ladies, before you settle with a man, always look, what does he bring to the table? Not only dick. Dick wants to pay your dick wants. You have to look beyond future financial security. When a man respects you, is financially secure, mama, don't waste your time. Pass. And also think like, if like it's so much Latoya, like you can just start anywhere.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And I think also one of the key things that is encouraging sexual gender-based violence all across the spectrum